Assalamu alaikum. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer. All praise belong to Allah, the Lord of all systems of knowledge, the Lord of all the worlds. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, I bear witness there is no God except Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad, who received the revelation of the Holy Quran, is the culmination of all the prophets, of Adam, of Moses, of Jesus Christ, of Ibrahim, and all of the prophets that came bearing the truth that God sent to humanity through his servants, through his prophets. And we are here this evening so we greet you with the greetings of peace in the universal language of Allah's holy book, the Holy Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So we are here, dear beloved brothers and sisters, to talk further on the topic that we've been talking on. You know, this program is entitled Government of, for, and by the people. You're used to listening to it in language that says government of the people, for the people, and by the people. It's the same thing. This program is called Government of, for, and by the people. And for the last couple of programs, we've been dealing with the government of the people first. And just a brief recap, we talked about of the people, meaning that government is not just some magical organization or some magical, thing that happened. Government comes from within the individuals. Government comes from within the individual. Government is a kind of a discipline. It's a kind of a discipline. You don't want your life all out of order. God has given each and every one of us the ability to govern our own lives. And not only did he give us the ability to govern our lives, he gave us he clocked within our genes, within our human makeup, within our nature, the tools that we need in order to govern ourselves, you see. He gave us morality. He gave us science. He gave us ethics. He gave us guidance. All of these things, these are things that we have within us. These are not things that somebody else, some other person can give you. Because you got yours or they got theirs, we all got ours from the same creator. So when we say government, and these are the things that governments are made of, the ingredients, the makeup of the human being. We don't reach outside of ourselves to form government. We reach from within ourselves to form government. And we take the best part of what we have. Someone else take the best part of what they have, and we combine that together, and we make government of the people, you see. When God created us, he didn't just create a blob of human flesh and toss it out there and say, go for self, go for what you know. If you look at the word create, the word itself means something. It doesn't mean just to arbitrarily make a thing and there you are finished with it. It's just like, look at it like this. When the manufacturers make a vehicle or an airplane, they don't just give you a piece of steel or a piece of aluminum. They give you a transmission so that you can put it in the gear and make it go forward or back up. They give you the engine connected to that transmission so that it carries you where you want to go. They know that you're going to come to a traffic light, so they give you brakes. Because it's as important to stop as it is to go forward. And all of these things, they give you a horn so that you can blow and let people know that you're coming. Well, now, that should give you some kind of idea that if man creates or invents an automobile with all of those characters about it, well, don't you think that God, when He created the human being, the best of creation, the crown of creation, don't you think that God put it within your human makeup, within your human nature, guidance, a conscience, integrity, uprightness, morality, direction, duly proportioned to balance yourself out, measurement so you can measure, you can tell the value of a thing. Pardon me. All of these things God created within you. So when you look at the word create, the term create takes in all of these definitions, all of these implications, all of these ingredients. So when God created us, the human being, the best of the creation, we came into the world with these qualities within us. Some of us was not guided right, so we didn't have, because of the environment that we live in, some a lot of us didn't grow up and nurture that, but it doesn't mean that we don't have it. And with some right guidance, we can get back on the right track, you see. So that's what we mean when we say government of the people. These are part of your human nature, part of the creation. So when God in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Well, when He created the earth, He put minerals and gold and platinum and all of that in there. When He created the trees, He put all of these other things within the trees, the plants, the animals. So He didn't just create and just throw it out there. He created it with everything that we need, including the human being, with everything that we need within us. So that's the term create. That's what create is all about. And that's just a brief outlook, a brief summary of it, the definition. So now that's government. Well, that's what government is based on, those things. The term constitution, we talked about the term constitution. The human being is constituted. Constitution is a term that means high standards, order, discipline, and these kinds of things. So when we talk, so the Constitution is just, the term Constitution is not just some arbitrary word that Ben Franklin and George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and all the other people came up with. No, it came from within. It's what we are constituted on. The core of the human being. So that's just a brief summary of government of the people. You see. So the government of the people, when you have these kind of high qualities within you, then those high qualities then begin to take shape and they reach out. They reach out. Those qualities come from within us. They reach out and encompass the rest of the community. And you get with other people who think like you do. And you say, well, we have to have business development. We have to have laws and rules and regulations. We have to have policy. You know what I'm saying? So these things are created from within those basic foundations, the basic that what constitutes us as human beings. Government of the people. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that you put your trust, everything you have, you put it in the mayor's office or in the governor's office or in the White House. It doesn't mean that. It means that you are responsible for yourself. And you, the common citizen, are responsible for this government. You see, that's what it's talking about. Government of the people. It didn't say government of the president. It said government of the people. Government of the people. Now, on this program, this particular program here, we're talking about government for the people. So we just gave a brief summary of the last couple of programs that we did of government of the people. Now we're talking about government for the people. Government for the people, you see. We're talking about government for the people. And what is government for the people? Government for the people, that's not the president. It didn't say government for the president. It said government for the people. What does government for the people mean? It means that the people not only are in charge of the government, but the people have a voice or say so in the government, you see. The people have a say so in the government. The people not only have are responsible for the government, but the people have a say so in the government. The government is for the people. The people are not for the government. The president of the United States serves at the pleasure of the people. Never forget that. The president of the United States serves at the pleasure of the people. It seems we've gotten off on the wrong track here. It seems that the politicians of today, the politicians of the day and the people, I have to go back to the people. It seems that the people put so much trust, so much confidence, undue trust, undue confidence in our politicians that we give them power and authority to legislate laws that they should not legislate. Let me give you an example here. In the last election that we had, abortion was a huge topic. It was a huge issue in the national election, in the presidential election. You see, so we have a candidate who said that I'm going to appoint judges that's going to do away with Roe v. Wade. I'm going to appoint judges that's going to. I'm going to create an atmosphere that makes it impossible for a young lady to get an abortion. I'm going to put doctors and nurses in jail if they participate in giving abortion. Now let me be clear here, brothers and sisters. I am pro-life. I don't believe in abortion. I do not believe in abortion. So let me make that clear. I'm using this as an example to show us our responsibility. Now, if I don't believe in abortion, what is my job? My job is to teach my children, to teach my son, to teach my daughter to have respect, to have morals. That's the best conduct you can have. Self-control, discipline. So when I teach my children the responsibility of decency, the responsibility of control, discipline, to think highly of themselves, to not allow themselves to be disrespected. My daughters are not going to be disrespected by some guy out there in the street, some date that they're on. They're going on a date, then they're going to end up in the hotel. No, my daughters are not going to do that. That's what you call anti-abortion. That's my responsibility. That is not the Supreme Court responsibility. That is not the judge responsibility. That is not the president responsibility. That's the parent responsibility. So I'm not going to give the power and the responsibility that belongs to me as a parent and give it to the president, thinking that he is the man, thinking that because he appoints a judge that's going to knock down Roe v. Wade, that he has me as a parent or as a voter in his favor. That responsibility is solely on the family. You see. That is not a political issue. That is a moral issue or issue of responsibility. You see. There's so much violence in this society. You got our young people who run around and school shootings and these kinds of things, gang shootings, especially in the African American community. Let me tell you something. The black community, we give Donald Trump an excuse, not a good excuse, not a true excuse, but we give him an excuse to say, I'm going to put soldiers and military in these high crime areas. Who you think is high crime? We give him that excuse. And then other people say, oh, yeah. You see, we have become so animalistic in our conduct. Talking about the African American community. And I know some of you all may not like this, but I'm telling the truth. And truth don't have no friends. Truth don't have no friends. We got our young sisters running around here listening to Jay-Z and Beyonce and Rihanna and all these other people. These people ain't nothing but paid contractors for those who hate you. That's all they are. Paid contractors to keep your mind in an irresponsible situation. I used to be a prison chaplain. And 95% of the prison inmates in these for-profit prisons are young African Americans, men and women, and all of them are from the hip hop generation. That should tell you something. They are all from the hip hop generation. They're all from the hip hop generation. What does that tell you? That tells you this, that the music that we listen to today with the dangerous lyrics, encouraging our young people to shoot and kill each other, encouraging our young people to disobey authority, to have no respect for authority, you see, to disobey your parents, you see. And then there's a climate of sexual promiscuity. I mean, we have adopted language like, that's my baby's mama, that's my baby's daddy. Disrespectful language. You see, Nothing decent about it. The black community have failed so far from the obedience of God that we are now a cursed people. We are. We receive no guidance. No guidance. Our young girl, 12, 14, 15 years old, having children, and they ain't nothing but children themselves. Mother and child both serving time in the penitentiary. You see. Let me tell you what. Have you ever heard of the nuclear bomb? Let me tell you what the nuclear bomb is. The nuclear bomb is a device that they can drop on the community, or they can drop on a city. They can drop on a community, and it destroys the people, not the property, the businesses, the banks, the houses, the home, the lawn, the car, the white picket fence. All of that is still standing. But it destroys the people, meaning that it destroys the mind, the intelligence of the people who live in that community. That's the nuclear bomb. They used to discuss the nuclear bomb some years ago, about 20 years or so ago in Congress. We thought that they were talking about a bomb that they were going to bomb some other country with. But no, this is the nuclear bomb. It would take too much of an explanation for me to go into what this term nuke means. Nuclear. Nuclear. Nuke. N-U. It's pronounced none. N-U-N. It's the 13th letter of the Jewish alphabet. It's pronounced none. And not only that, but when you look at the symbol, it pronounced none. None is a Catholic female. People who want no part of the material life. Just give me Jesus and you take the world. All we want is Christ. You take the world. You take the material life. And their symbol is the cross. And the 13th letter of the Jewish alphabet is that. But in Christianity, where do you find the cross at? The cross is found on the graveyard, where people are dead. But we're talking about morally, mentally, and spiritually dead. You see. But when you're talking about the alphabet, the Jewish alphabet, it's talking about when the sun is pronounced noon. It's pronounced noon, like N-O-O-N. It's pronounced noon. Then that's when the sun is at its zenith, is at its height. Now, this is language that people talk about in the larger intellectual and political circle, that we hear it, but we don't understand it, so it has no meaning to us, but we become the victims of it. We become the victims of it. The last syllables of nuclear is clear. When the sun is at its zenith, the language is clear to everybody else except us. You see. So when they form this hip hop gangster rap idea and throw it out there to us in the community, all we want to do is snort cocaine, smoke some weed, have some sex, wear gold chains, put a grill in our mouth, look like some kind of manufactured monster, thinking you look good, sagging with our pants down below our buttocks. No dignity. No dignity. Disrespecting everybody. Selling our women to the highest bidder. You see. Taking on all kinds of indecent and deplorable lifestyles. Following the entertainers, Missy Elliott and all of these other people. Killing our future generation. We want to be a homosexual. We want to be a lesbian or LGBTQ. It's all of this kind of craziness. You see. And as a result of that, you can see how we as a people are suffering. We can see how even our history is being wiped away. And it's not the white man who's doing it, it is us who's doing it. It is us who's doing it. Because we have lost the will to govern ourselves. Running after all of this other madness out there. Our young girls are the most unprotected women on the planet. And we call ourselves men. We're going to do a program on the meaning of a man one day. But right now we're still dealing with government for the people. So now, government for the people. So when we talk about the Constitution, when we're talking about freedom of the press, when we're talking about freedom of assembly, when we're talking about free speech, when we're talking about freedom of religion and all of these things, these are freedoms that come only from Almighty God. They don't come from man. And the president is supposed to make sure that these things are protected. You see. Now he wants to set up the military, he called it sending them to high crime areas, but this is only a ploy so that he can remain in power. And if the people protest, if the people start a riot, or if the people have a peaceful protest, if the people speak out against it, then he can use the military against his own citizens. You see. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, we have to understand what is going on here. We have to understand what is meant when we say government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And we have to become involved in our own community life, our own individual life, our family life. And we have to let our voices be heard. We have to get rid of these negative and immoral influences that have taken us off the track of where we are supposed to be. You see. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, I don't want to talk too much. But we're talking about government for the people. Government for the people. Please follow us on our program, and we will conclude this particular segment on our next program. Thank you all for tuning in, And we pray that Allah's blessings and His mercy will remain on all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.